All right. We are live as usual. It is 9:30 a.m. Well, actually 9:31 a.m. Good morning, everybody. It is January 5th, 2021. Feels good to say 2021 and not 2020, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Definitely.
It does. So listen, everybody, good morning. My name is Adam Handler. I'm your case handler. I'm broadcasting live on 93.5 FM on the radio to thousands of people right now as my friend Jake Kimmelman, a wonderful attorney, comes in and drops off some kind of money. I don't know. We'll see what it is, but that's never a bad envelope to get. So good morning, Jake. How are you? Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for the referral. You're the best attorney in the world.
Hear that? Hear that? I can't say it, but another lawyer just said I'm the best attorney in the world. So all kidding aside, I am your case handler. I am Adam Handler. I'm the partner of the personal injury practice here at Pollack, Isaac DeSico. We are a full service law firm here in Manhattan. We've been doing this show for about a year now. I've been on this radio station since 2005, right? Squeeze, you've said it yourself. I'm the longest running attorney on this radio station, probably the most celebrated attorney on this radio station. But this specific show that I've been doing with you, Squeeze, we've been doing for almost a year. We call it Cruising with the Case Handler. And it's just to let everybody out there know, who we are and what we do and how we do it. And again, who we are, we're Pollack, Isaac DeSico, otherwise known as PPID. And what we do, well, we're lawyers and we represent you if you get into an accident, you need to adjust your immigration status, you're in deportation proceedings, you want to file for citizenship. Maybe you caught a criminal case. We got criminal attorneys. We got matrimonial attorneys. We got real estate attorneys. You got a legal problem. We got a legal solution. You got a legal question. We got a legal answer. And how do we do it? That's the final question there. How do we do it? We do it with exceptional attention to detail, right? Just as I said a few minutes ago, we can't say we're the best. Nobody should ever say they're the best. That's too cocky. But I will say that we are exceptional lawyers that strive for exceptional results and obtain those exceptional results. So if that's something that is important to you, and that's something that you want to have on your side, if God forbid you ever need an attorney to fight for you and your family, I suggest you take the following number down, right? Enter it in your phone, let it ring a few times. Or maybe if you can safely do so now or later, check us out on social media, check out the case handler, check out PPID, Google us, whatever you need to do. You'll find a way to be in touch with us. The most important thing is you need to know who we are, Pollack, Isaac DeSico, who I am, your boy, Adam Handler, the case handler. And our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law, PPID law. That's the phone number there. I'm down with PPID. I normally ask other attorneys, but it's just you and I today, Squeeze. So there's nobody other than you to ask. Are you, sir, down with PPID?
Yes, come on. Adam, you know me. I'm down with PPID. That question. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning on 93.5, a pleasant good morning on social media, Facebook, as Adam said. This show is about personal injury this morning, brought to you by the law firm Pollack, Isaac DeSico, one of the most powerful law firms in the entire United States. They've been around for 60 solid years. He gave the phone number, and get closer to the mic. All right, closer to the mic, turn up the mic also. Let me turn up the mic also. All right, but once again, if you get hurt in an accident, this is the man that you need. Okay, everyone out there, remember, you need to have an excellent, hopefully that's much better.
Sounds great, man.
Yeah.
You look good and sound good.
Thank you, man. That's what she said, All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, write down the number. Listen, no one wakes up in the morning wanting to get into an accident. None of you. And the majority of you watching, listening right now are Caribbeans. I'm from the Caribbean community. And this man has been in the Caribbean community for 15 years plus. Going 16 years now, all right? And he has helped thousands of people. And that's what it's all about. True, consistent, proven help. That's the reason why he's the most celebrated attorney on this radio station, all right? So make sure you have his number. Yeah, people can say whatever. There's so many things that people use to separate and dissuade themselves and discourage themselves when it comes to good service. So many different variables. Don't use them. This man has proved himself. So right now, store this number. If you get hurt in an accident, after you sought medical emergency, make sure you seek Adam Handler. Make sure you seek the case handler. Make sure you seek the beast, the shark, the hot stepper. Just don't call him late for dinner. His number is 844-774-3529. We just came up with those names because of how aggressive he is. Yesterday, he mentioned a case where I think it was 95,000 something and 73 cents. If memory.
No. We went through our yearly totals. You know, for those of you listening on 93.5 FM, thank you so much. Hopefully you were tuning in yesterday. Maybe you weren't, but you know, we did the year-end numbers. It's always an exciting time of the practice because we really can look at our body of work for 2020. And last year, I'm pulling this up now, last year for case handler clients, the total amount recovered through settlements, because there were no jury trials last year in 2020, settlements, $20,510,557.73. Let me read that number to you guys again, listening out there. Insurance companies paid your boy, the case handler, for his clients $20,510,557.73. And I said yesterday, the number I'm most proud of there is the 73 cents, because it shows you we go after every penny that our clients are entitled to. Worked into that weird number are outstanding medical bills, time out of work, things like that. You know, the amount of money we get for our clients is not just for the pain and suffering. People think I get into an accident, I get money for my suffering. Well, yes, you do, but you're also entitled to money under the law for medical bills, both past and future, time out of work, both past and future, and of course, pain and suffering, not just what you've been through, but what you're reasonably likely to go through in the future. And those are the elements of the damages that we get very, very aggressive on, Squeeze, because we understand that there are no redos, one and only shot at getting it right, one and only shot at financial justice. And that's why we settled 145 cases last year. That's why 145 people that never, ever, ever expected to get into an accident, you know, did the right thing, or their family did the right thing, because some of those people were not able to contact us directly after the accident because they were that mashed up. But thousands of people before you have made that decision to hire Adam Handler, the case handler, to make sure that they get what's theirs under the law. And that's a perfect example, Squeeze, of us doing that, just that. $20,510,557.73.
Got to make sure we talk about the 73 cents, man. Very, very, very important.
Hey, listen, I say when we were trying cases, I would say to my juries all the time, when I would ask them at the end of the case for money, I would give them a figure and I would say, we ask that you not award not a penny more, but not a penny less. It should be exactly what the client is entitled to.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a few minutes before the hour of 10 a.m. and I'm going to make Adam co-host on Facebook. By the way, speaking about that, I would love for everybody to actually join the Facebook page. Mine happens to be David Squeeze Annakie. Adam's happens to be the case handler. The firm happens to be PPID. Just make sure you look it up. And on his webpage, thecasehandler.com, you will actually see hundreds of cases that he has settled. I mean, you will actually see the proof there. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, would love for you to go to his website, thecasehandler.com. Also on Instagram, follow him. Your Instagram followers are growing, right, Adam?
Oh my God, we are almost at 8,000 Instagram followers, and about 4,500 Facebook followers. On my end, at least, on the case handler end. So, ladies and gentlemen, listening on 93.5 FM, thank you again for tuning in. You've been a blessing to me over my 17-year career. If you could take it one step further and, you know, link me on Facebook, link me on IG, Instagram, I would be really appreciative of that, because you'll truly be connected to our practice. You know, I can get on the radio every day and talk about the wonderful things we do at the firm. Squeeze can do that. The other DJs on this radio station broadcasting later in the day that have endorsed me for you know 15 years as well can do that. But it really is, I believe, you know, prior clients that you should take the word of, right? The people that have unfortunately come before you, never expecting to get into that accident, never expecting for disaster to strike. And then unfortunately, bad things happen to good people, but they made that decision, you know, to come to me, to hire me as their attorney, to give me the privilege to represent them and their family. And I've done nearly $130 million over the course of my career. And I would say 90% of that are for immigrants of the Caribbean community, or family of immigrants from the Caribbean community. It's certainly the community that's embraced me. It's certainly the community that I've embraced back. And it's been a wonderful marriage between my firm, Pollack, Isaac DeSico, and those very loyal listeners of 93.5 FM. Because listen, Squeeze, the first thing you said to me back in 2005 is be yourself. Be yourself and do a good job, because the people that are listening to this show, they are very, very smart, and they can see through the BS. And they know when you're trying to sell them a bag of tricks, and they also know when you're the real deal. And I would like to think that over my 17-year career, 15 of those years, almost exclusively for the Caribbean community, that I have in fact proven to the people out there rather, that I am the real deal.
Thank you, man. And, you know, I really, coming into a new year, I really want to say thanks to you for everything that you have done for me, my family, and all the listeners out there. You have done a tremendous job, a phenomenal job, a very honest job. And I'm very happy that you're with a firm that is extremely honest and very straightforward. We do the immigration section of this show also on the case handler, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're doing exclusively personal injury, but they do have an immigration department, which is also phenomenal. And I do several external referrals. A lot of you also have gone to this firm, PPID, and I believe that everyone should reach out to this firm exclusively when it comes to immigration, personal injury, and even more. They are a full service law firm. So
yeah, and it's by no accident, Squeeze, because, you know, like I said, I've been servicing the Caribbean community for 15 years. Either my clients are immigrants or they have family that are immigrants. And when I started my practice, it's January already. It's been 6 years since I started my own practice. I was previously the head personal injury attorney at another law firm, and I moved my practice 6 years ago. And I, you know, really wanted to be associated with a firm that did excellent immigration work. It was important to me that I had partners that were able to help my clients if their immigration issues came up in personal injury case, or if they just had general immigration issues to deal with outside of personal injury. Because, you know, otherwise I would be referring them to other attorneys. And you know, a referral is a very, very sacred thing. When an attorney refers a case to another attorney, they're basically saying, hey, listen, you're the man or you're the woman, you can do this. And I really wanted to make sure that I found the most competent, the most exceptional immigration attorneys to partner up with. And that's why I did bring my practice here to Pollack, Isaac DeSico.
And that's what it's all about. So, Adam, let's move to some true success stories, man. You know, I love success stories.
You do. And it's really the best way to showcase, you know, what we do here as a firm, because like I said, you know, don't take my word for it. Don't take Squeeze's word for it. You know, take the word of the people that have unfortunately come before you. Let me just give out that phone number a couple times, just so people have it. If they're taking it down, they're saving in their phone. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these days, my God, who takes down a phone number? You just Google the case handler and the phone number pops up on your screen, and you click it. We get feedback every month from Google as to, you know, who does what, and literally hundreds of people every month are checking out the case handler on Facebook, clicking for either a phone number or directions, or looking at those wonderful 5-star reviews that we're very, very blessed to have from prior clients. But Today, we're going to showcase a prior case that we'd settled. We had talked about this a while back, but it's a really important case, and we'll get into why. So if I can, just pull this up. This is Curtis. This was a rear end accident in Brooklyn. And Squeeze, if you wouldn't mind reading that quote for me, I would be appreciative.
Absolutely. And once again, for those people listening on 93.5 WVIP FM, yes, call the number 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPIDLAW. However, you could also go to our Facebook pages, multiple. All right. You can go to the case handler page. You can go to David Squeeze Atticus page. You can go to PPID's page, and you'll see what we're actually talking about right now. But here on the page that Adam pulled up, his website, thecasehandler.com, it says the case handler team did a wonderful job. I was with another firm for about 5 to 6 months, and I didn't have a good experience at all. Everything that was done by Adam's team was done well, and I've already sent people here because of how good Adam's team at PPID are. This is the best firm in town. Curtis from Brooklyn, car accident.
Yeah, that's a great quote. And like I said, we can't say we're the best, nor should we. But when clients are saying that we're the best, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you should take their word. We do some exceptional things here. And look at that settlement. Look at that number, Squeeze. That's a big boy number right there.
Yeah, you just hit that number for me earlier.
I wanted to. I had to build the suspense. Can you read that number? How much money did I get, Curtis, from Brooklyn?
$115,000, and we're talking about U.S. greenbacks. We're talking about U.S. dollars.
Yeah. And the reason why I think this case is such an important one to highlight is because like he said, he was with a prior attorney. The attorney had no idea what they were doing. They didn't even sue the right people. And when we got into the case, we found out that the individual that caused the accident was actually on the job at the time. And under New York law, if you're in an accident and you're working, not only are you responsible, but your job is responsible. It's called respondent superior. It's a theory of law that says, like, if an individual is engaged in an operation of employment, that they're conducting they're in the course of their business, and the business will be liable as well. So not only were we able to get the $100,000 from the individual's car, we were able to get an additional $315,000, triple that from the company's insurance. Most lawyers probably wouldn't have dug that deep because it wasn't obvious that this gentleman was working for another company. The car was registered to his name. There was no indication on the police report. He wasn't wearing a uniform to say he was on the job. But we did a very thorough investigation, found out that he was, in fact, on the job for a tech company. And we were able to get the full $100,000 from his vehicle, $315,000 from the job's insurance, for a total of $415,000. Just a wonderful, wonderful outcome for this gentleman, who of course had no confidence in the attorney that he had initially hired on the case. And we don't like taking cases over from other attorneys, but unfortunately some situations dictate that you need to get a second opinion. And if you have a case with another attorney and you haven't heard from that attorney in months, or you have no idea what's happening with your case, or they're trying to tell you that you should accept $6,000 in settlement, it never hurts to get a second opinion. We're more than happy to do that. The phone call is free. The consultation is free. The advice I give you is free. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. My number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. That connects you to our firm, Pollack, Isaac DeSico, and more specifically connects you to your boy, the case handler.
Absolutely. Once again, if you're just joining us, this show is called Cruising with a Case Handler, show on personal injury and immigration. Today, we're doing exclusively personal injury. That's when you get into an accident. You need to reach out to the case handler himself. You mentioned the number 844-774-3529, which is a number everyone needs to actually pick up their smart devices right now and store that number in there. God forbid you or your family, your friends, even your foes get into an accident. You need to ensure that they have an excellent attorney. And that's Adam Handler, your case handler. 844-774-3529. Adam, I do believe that one thing that we need to expound on is the different types of accidents that you actually handle. I don't want people to think it's just automobile accidents.
Sure.
you have slip and falls, you do have construction accidents, you do have medical malpractice accidents, nursing home accidents and incidents. I do believe that people need to hear all those different areas, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the cases that we work on include, I mean, at this point in my career, Squeeze, I've worked on pretty much every kind of case out there. The cases that we work on, of course, are auto accidents. I would say the bulk of any personal injury lawyer's file cabinet is the auto accident.
Right.
They're just unfortunately so common. There's so many people on the road here in New York City that there's so many accidents that, most of the cases that we have are auto cases. But that doesn't mean we're exclusively an automobile accident personal injury law firm. I mean, you're looking at, I'm scrolling right now on Facebook. I'm scrolling through these numbers that we've gotten on the auto accidents. And listen, I love working on them. They're usually very interesting cases, very exciting cases, usually a lot of photographs and police reports, 5 million, 3.8 million, 3.4 million, 2.55 million, 2.5, 1.7, 1.6, 1. I mean, big numbers there. But we also have the construction accidents. Those are some of the most deadly accidents that you can be involved on, because usually it's something either falling on you, or you're falling off something, or you're otherwise hurt by an unsafe work condition. And the numbers, my highest settlement of my career so far, and I truly hope and expect that I'll be surpassing that with a very big case this year, is 5.2 million. It was a case that was referred to me by another attorney who did not do the construction accident cases. He referred it to me. $5.2 million for this gentleman. We've done millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of settlements for construction accidents, millions and millions and millions of dollars for premises liability claims. What's a premises liability claim? Squeeze, let me ask you, what do you think? What does that mean? Premises liability. What would you think that means?
I think it means someone's property. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Individuals that have been hurt on somebody's property. Now that can be an apartment building. That can be in a supermarket. That can be in a parking lot. That can be on the sidewalk, on the street. The city of New York controls the streets and the sidewalks. So if you're hurt on the streets and the sidewalks of the city of New York is responsible under most circumstances. They're the property owners. We've done millions of dollars of those claims. Pedestrian accidents, another kind of motor vehicle accident. Somebody walking on the street, down the street, gets hit by a car. 2.65 million was something that we did early last year. Sorry. Jada. I mean, $2.65 million for this woman. She was in the crosswalk, walking to work. She actually worked on the Upper East Side at Sloan Kettering. And another vehicle made a sharp turn right into her, knocked her down, had a surgery to her neck. A terrible injury, but a wonderful outcome, both in her health and the result. 2.65 million. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you get hurt, we got you. I don't like to say we got your back because it's a play on words, but you get hurt, we got your back. And we'll do it in a way that you feel respected, that you feel involved, that you feel engaged in the process, because not knowing what's happening in your case, I'm sure, could be very, very stressful to a client. And we're committed to treating your case like it's our most important case.
What I wanted to ask you, Adam, who qualifies seriously when working on a construction site or visiting a construction site? Who really truly, how do you qualify someone for a construction accident? God forbid they get hurt on that site.
Well, listen, it comes down to, is the work being performed at that location classified as construction, right? Painting, if painting the walls of a building, fresh coat paint is not considered construction, right? It has to be something that's either demoing, constructing, or modifying or performing alterations to the building. So that's the first step. If you're involved in that kind of work, then you could be classified for these very, very special construction accidents. And the reason why we say special construction accidents is because New York law has a very, very specific law that no other state has, at least no other state that I know about has. And that's it's a strict liability against the owner and the GC. So if you're involved in a construction site, a demo site, an alteration site, and you're injured on that site because something falls on you or you fall off something, that there's a strict liability, meaning the owner of the property, the general contractor are liable as a matter of law. So the law is on the side of the worker, right? Not on the side of the owner or the GC. And it's really to prevent, cutting corners. New York City has so much construction going on, so many things being built, changed, modified, that they want to make sure that the workers are protected. And even if you're out of status, we don't stress this enough, Squeeze. Your immigration status has absolutely no bearing on your right to bring a case and your right to compensation, right? I would say probably 20 to 30%, probably 20% of my case handler clients, 20% of those big numbers we're talking about are for out of status immigrants, because it makes absolutely no difference who you are, what you're doing here, whether you should have left 6 months ago or whether you're overstaying or, trying to legalize your status in the United States. If you've been hurt here in New York, you're entitled to money under the law. And that's the medical bills, the time out of work, and of course, the pain and suffering.
And the other one that I wanted to touch on, and we don't talk enough about this one either, nursing home incidents or accidents, so forth.
Yeah, those are some of the saddest, most egregious cases of negligence, because it's essentially an individual that is incapable of taking care of themselves, or their family is incapable of taking care of them. And, something has gone terribly wrong. There's been a huge violation of trust and responsibility. And those are cases that really can break your heart, Squeeze. Cases in which an elderly patient, or maybe a patient that's not elderly, but just has severe physical disabilities, that are in bed most of the time. And the family comes and all of a sudden there's these terrible sores all over their body, over their backside, their legs. I have got a case right now where an individual, was pretty much bedridden, and the sore on his foot was left untreated for so long that they had to amputate the leg. Can you imagine being, the child in that situation, that you put your parent in this nursing home, and then all of a sudden you find out, because the nursing home has breached their obligations to the patient, that your parent is now having their leg amputated? I mean, it's atrocious. But again, the law is on the side of the patient, ladies and gentlemen. If, God forbid, somebody that's been the victim of medical negligence or nursing home negligence, give us a ring. If you've been involved in a construction accident, or if you ever, God forbid, are involved in a construction accident or a motor vehicle accident, as long as you have our number saved, Squeeze, you will prevent yourself from being a victim twice. Because rest assured, the insurance company is going to be doing everything they can to screw you over, to make sure that the money you get is as little as possible. But when you got the case handler, the money you're going to get is going to be as high as possible. My name is Adam Handler. I'm your case handler. My phone number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID-LAW. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Instagram. Check out the case handler. Give your boy some love. Thank you for giving me your time this morning. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully you never need our services, but God forbid you do. There's going to be an attorney out there that's going to fight for you like family.
844-PPID-LAW. Everyone, store that number down for a full-service law firm, personal injury, immigration, and more. 844-774-3529. Have yourself an amazing day, and thank you so much for being with us. 844-PPID-LAW.
It's 10 o'clock.